Welcome to the first episode of How and Why. Okay, let's get some treats first. Welcome to the first episode of How and Why Cats Get High. Over the last couple of weeks, my cats Turbo and Nitro tried different options to go on a mind-expanding journey. There are various herbs that can trigger the so-called catnip response in our feline friends. They are contained in countless products, sometimes even as a blend. But what exactly are these substances that we give to our cats? What are the differences between them? And are there more reasons besides the fun factor why cats enjoy them? At the end of each trip, Turbo and Nitro will rate the experience on a scale from 1 to 5 tuna cans. Those junkies want to test them all. But seriously, these drugs are not addictive for cats and can even have health benefits as long as they are enjoyed in moderation. After a 5 to 30 minute trip, most cats will show no interest for a few hours and sometimes even days. Why not adding to their variety of adventures? Turbo has a fondness for valerian root, which we learned about when I tried it as a relaxing tea for myself. I left the kitchen for 1 minute, and when I came back, Turbo had spread the contents of the tea bag all over the floor, from where she licked it up with delight, making perfectly clear she wanted our first video to be on valerian root. So Turbo is one of the just under 50% of cats responding to valerian root, which might be less than the 70% responding to catnip, but a study suggests that these cats strongly prefer the root. In this video, we'll share more interesting facts about this amazing plant with you. We look at the benefits and potential risks we should be aware of. And finally, Turbo and Nitro will test and rate 2 different ways our cats can enjoy valerian root. Some people find the odor pungent and even compare it to smelly socks or old cheese. Admittedly, it's intense. When cats sniff valerian root, it typically acts as a stimulant. They may become playful, roll around, rub against objects, and experience zoomies. Nitro looks like she's having fun, doesn't she? Valerian is a quite undemanding perennial plant, native to Europe and Asia, and also naturalized in North America. But the internet delivers so much faster than nature, which is why I decided to order it online. For the smelling part of the test, I'm going to make a simple cat toy myself, so I got this valerian root tea, which is actually dried, finely cut valerian root. In the second part of the test, I'll offer the cats the valerian root as a snack. When cats ingest valerian root, the effect is generally more calming. It can induce euphoria, purring, and lead to drowsiness. Let's double-check the tea only contains valerian root and no other ingredients that may not be suitable for cats. It's organic quality for humans, so just about okay for them, I guess. Next, I needed a sturdy fabric made of natural fiber that's undyed or washed out because the cats will try to eat it. This shirt from my deceased nan has seen better days, yet I wasn't able to throw it away. So I paid my last respects and turned it into 2 mice. First, I cut a heart out of the fabric for each mouse and sewed it into a small bag. I slaughtered a cotton pony to obtain its wool, which I wrapped around the valerian root to prevent it from coming through the seams. Turbo wanted to play with the cotton wool, but I had to put an end to this before she could eat it. I tied a few knots into a leather cord and sewed them in. Then I gave the little mice a face. Finally, I made sure that all the small parts are sewn on really tight so the cats won't dismember the prey right away. So what do you think? Will Turbo and Nitro like them? Alright, let's go and drug my cats. Back in the 18th century, apothecaries used a pretty interesting method for testing valerian root. They used cats. Apparently, if the cats reacted strongly and went wild for it, that meant it was high quality. It was a quick, cheap way to determine its potency and freshness. So what do you think? Would our root have passed the test? The active ingredient that is most likely responsible for the stimulating effect on cats is actinidine, which is produced in nature by a variety of plants and insects. I link a study in the description that explores the response of cats to various cat-attracting plants. The results of the study indicated that only a minority of cats responded to actinidine, but those who did showed a strong preference over other compounds. These findings suggest that actinidine might interact with different olfactory receptors than the pectalactone, the primary compound in catnip. Genetics could influence which receptors are more pronounced, determining which substance will give the individual cat the strongest trip. Well, Turbo and Nitro, it's time for the first rating. Hopefully you've taken notes. Ah, there they are. Clever cats. Turbo, you took control of the situation right from the start. There was lots of chin rubbing, some biting. You noted, smells very appetizing, but tastes like cotton. You'd have given it 5 tuna cans for the smell, but deducted 3 because you couldn't eat it, even though just smelling was the point of this test. I get it, you judge everything by its calorie content. However, your perspective shows a main advantage of olfactory use. It's not possible to overdose as the substance is not absorbed. Alright, let's look at Nitro's rating. Yummy leather cord. That's right, especially cats with lots of energy like Nitro appreciate toys that stimulate the senses in several ways. Also, I like that Turbo got playful from it. We know you love a good fight. I agree, the stimulating effect is ideal to encourage lazy indoor cats to get some exercise. But of course there were cuddles afterwards. So altogether that's 3 tuna cans from you, Nitro. Thank you very much, you've put it in a nutshell. And now it's time to get the party really started. The active ingredient in valerian root responsible for its sedative effect is valerianic acid. Unlike actinidine, which as we learned earlier develops a stimulating effect as soon as cats smell it, they typically need to ingest valerian root to experience the calming effect of valerianic acid. For oral consumption, the quantity of valerian root should be very small, especially when trying it for the first time. Turbo ate her own portion with such an appetite that I quickly had to dispose of Nitro's leftovers. Even though valerian root is widely considered safe, some cats can experience side effects. Often it causes hyperexcitability, but some cats may also become drowsy or lethargic. While a small amount can be beneficial for a cat's digestive health by calming the stomach and reducing inflammation in the gut, large quantities can have the opposite effect, like vomiting or diarrhea, or even damage a cat's liver. As the Swiss physicist and philosopher Paracelsus said, the dose makes the poison. Nitro only ate half her portion anyway. Then she decided it was time to make herself comfortable. If valerian root is used correctly, its calming and anti-inflammatory properties can contribute to a cat's overall well-being and quality of life. Valerianic acid acts as a receptor for a neurotransmitter known as GABA, which plays an essential role in regulating the nervous system of mammals. It can inhibit the breakdown of GABA and increase its levels in the brain, which can help reduce stress and anxiety, promote relaxation, and improve sleep quality. Time for the next rating, cats. Turbo, your notes are full of drool. I think it says, I ate a lot, and that's worth, as the suggested 10 would unfortunately be against the rules, 5 tuna cans from our chubby tubby. Nitro achieved a relaxation level of 5 out of 5 and thus confirms the rating. Let's have a look at today's ratings in comparison. So we've learned that drugs can be fun and healthy. Just a little joke, unfortunately, although it may apply to valerian for cats. Turbo and Nitro are definitely among those cats who strongly respond to valerian and tolerate it well, so they go on a trip approximately every other week. We think it's a great addition to an enriched cat life with promising benefits. So, what do you and your cat think of valerian? Do you agree more with Turbo's or Nitro's rating? Let us know in the comments. If you've learned something from this video or simply found it entertaining, rate it 5 tuna cans by hitting that subscribe button and stay up to date with Turbo's and Nitro's adventures. Thanks for watching and keep purring.